today. Next level blank checks with Shop Talk.
In the house once again.
That's right. Who do we have here? Special guest for you guys.
This is family, my brother,
My
Michael.
cousin.
Michael,
Okay.
he bring a lot to the table. It'll be interesting.
Very interesting. Yes.
There you
Yes.
go.
It was an interesting car ride over here.
And that was all because of you.
What were you guys listening to on the ride?
Well, we were listening to
You got to hear this. Go ahead.
Apollo Brown. Okay.
Okay.
Apollo Brown. He has a new one, and we were listening to that. Well, I was listening to that, and then he needed to charge his phone, so he took my shit. And then my music went down, so it's still playing, of course, but now it's on my phone, and I can't hook up to the Bluetooth because he's plugged up back there. So,
We was listening to the wind.
and
blow.
then here's a weird part. He's back there flowing, like he hears the basis of the music, like you can hear it on the faint tip, but he's back there. I'm like, really? Like,
I was bored. I couldn't really pick up the V.
look, yeah, he's bored using my charger, taken away from me hearing it clearly, and it was a nice track too. So,
Yeah, that
man,
track was fired.
And so we get close. I'm like, man, if you don't give me that, we're about to get out the car anyway. Give me the damn thing. It was another fire track. So I was like, all right, but yeah, Apollo Brown instrumental album. I don't know if it was new or old, but it was really good.
But you got to understand, they keep the speakers in the front blowing and the ones in the back are low. So I didn't see your point. Might as well take the chords since I got suffering when I can't hear.
He's got a point. You know what? We got to check out the backseat of people's cars, man. Because if you just, constantly in the front, you don't know what it sounds like in the back. You know what I mean? So I think you gotta check on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go check.
That's why yeah, you can tell.
Oh, it's brand new. Brand new. There you
Brand
go.
new.
Okay, there you go. No, I ain't always in the back. Come on, man. Like,
No, that's what I'm saying. We don't know because we don't sit in the
always
back.
thinking sitting in the
Why
back.
would you sit in the back seat of your own car?
That too.
That part, I mean, I don't even, in that case, why do we even have a fucking backseat? I mean, unless we have, if you have kids,
For the extras, for the freaky shit.
That's
Oh,
how you
okay.
get
Well,
it.
there you go.
Them
Backseat,
days is over, man.
backseat,
Backseat in my
bedroom.
Jeep. Let's swing the episode.
Backseat, bedroom.
That might be how you get kids. That's right.
Hey.
Yeah, it is.
How old are those quarantine babies now?
Oh, I know.
Oh shit! What about what? Maybe what?
I think
Like
they're like walking. Right?
4 or 5, maybe.
No,
No,
4 or 5. dude.
What?
What are you
That was
talking
like
about?
2 years
That
ago.
was like maybe 2
Right.
years.
Also like 2 or 3,
2020,
maybe.
2020. So
Oh, okay.
Months now. Most of them about 18 months.
Man, quarantine babies, man. Can you? Jesus Christ.
you made it.
But it wasn't a boom like they said it would be.
Yeah.
People found out who they actually in a relationship with.
Right.
Hey, that's the truth.
On that note, the guy, the male birth control. You guys hear about that? How they have like the male birth control?
Was it like a pill you take or something like
yeah,
that?
something like that. I don't know.
Start handing that shit out. Get that shit, think motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers be in line. Like, hey,
Shit.
how can we handle that?
Man,
Well, women have been doing it for years. So
Right. Yeah. This,
considering they're about to stop women probably. So
Hey, they're trying to, put the control over everything right now.
it's about to be. They're getting you ready for communism right now, man. That's what it is. They're slowly programming you to get you used to normal, and then once you're used to normal, then they hit you with something else. But then it's not as bad. Just like the gas prices, I keep telling you, they're going to continue to rise. You know why? Because we're going to continue to drive. We're going to continue to go on vacations this summer, even though we can't afford it, but we're going to go. You know what I'm saying? Inflation, people are still what? Buying shit. You know what I mean?
but that's only gonna last for a little bit longer.
But see, people aren't understanding that, though.
You have
You
to
know what I mean?
understand in the long run, at least my opinion, from what I see, it looks to me like it's just a matter of time before the food chain stops. Once that happens and everything stops. When you don't have a lot of resources and you have limited supply, you have to look at what you see globally. Now, if the virus is still spreading, it's getting bigger, it's just a matter of time before it evolves and becomes a super variant. And once that happens, then you're going to have a lot of unfortunate deaths. Whereas at the same time, they're going to have to lock people up to prevent them from spreading it. Following that philosophy, that means the food chain is going to slow down eventually. And when that does happen, then they'll switch the system into the way they want it to be, regardless of whether you want to or not. You won't be able to do anything about it.
You're gonna have to conform, is what you're saying.
I mean,
I mean, but we are. If you think about it, we conform to a lot of things. We just don't realize it because we don't pay attention to it because of how it's done over time. Anyway.
How it's directed at you.
Yeah, no. Think about it. You know, changes happen over time. They don't just happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times these changes are put on you, and you just go with the flow because everybody else is doing it.
Right.
You know, you kind of following what somebody else is doing, and then you aren't really thinking of it because you aren't really we're not walking around. Look, while we are conscious, we are not walking around conscious to everything that we're doing.
You follow the norm.
Yeah,
you follow the
know
norm.
What I'm saying? So in that case, I can,
but we
Squid Games? No, I'm just kidding.
yeah,
man.
that'll come.
Red light, green light.
I mean, when you think about it,
You can't
you're right,
move.
but unfortunately, what it is we, as a society, what we tend to do is we're caught up in the distractions, the Joneses, trying to acquire things. This is why it's so difficult for, like, even in relationships or just life in general, for people to relate to one another because they've applied feelings to things. So when you get caught up in chasing things, you don't see what's really going on an overall picture because your life is caught up chasing something that's already yours.
That goes back to what you were saying about how these, women and girls are nowadays. You got to have so many followers, you know what I mean? And they want to be popular and everything else. They want you to have that also too, you know what I mean? Want you to bring that to the table. What is? I mean, I don't get that though. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different world now. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, they say that I'm not sure where overseas, but it's kind of something they're doing. They're doing this experiment where they're using social media to rate people.
China.
Yeah, where they're rating people.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. Like, so
Yeah,
I got 10,000. I got 9
so
followers.
but here's the funny thing. So Netflix did this show. I want to say about a year or two ago. It's called. It's one of the Black Mirror series, and on this series they did this one, and I'm not sure if it was Gwyneth Paltrow, maybe. I'm not sure who it was, but on this series they basically. Your credit, everything you were rated by how you greeted people in a day, how many people liked you, how many people did this.
And they gonna base my credit score off that shit. I'll
and
be a hello motherfucker.
Yeah. So look, and it's funny it's funny because they she said hi to somebody else, but then somebody was getting a bad rating or they were kicking somebody out, and that person, all right, yeah, that was right, yeah. So they were kicking that person out. And when they were kicking the person out, she said hi to him, and she tried to help him out a little bit. And then her credit rating went down, so she couldn't buy a house that she was trying to get into. She couldn't
because she tried to help somebody.
Yeah, just because she tried to help a person that she wasn't supposed to talk to because her rating was going down.
But see, that's what's going on right now in China. They've got a thing called social credit that they've started to implement.
Social credit.
Yeah, and what it is for good things. You get
I'll
more
be the
privileges.
pastor of a church. I have 1,000 credit score.
They have it listed where it's things like if your neighbor has a bad opinion of you, you didn't help
They
your
have
neighbor
cameras
pick up the
everywhere.
trash.
So if you're like jaywalking, your
Nah.
rank goes up and stuff like that.
They don't even use credit cards.
Hey,
and
that's
cash.
how it was.
None of
Like so. Yeah, her rent could go up. Like it was all type of. I was like, damn,
That's some
Practice
fucked up
trash.
shit, man. So if you got somebody that's just an evil ass person, they probably just
she even tried to
homeless,
use a car or
hungry.
something. I mean, you got to look at that show.
You know
it
what I'm
was, It
saying?
was really good.
I'm gonna check that out, man.
Yeah, look into it. Social credit.
Wow.
Unfortunately, that's the direction we're
Some
headed.
fuckers need that though, right?
Yeah, seriously, man.
Like, all right.
Yeah, they need to be checked already. No, you serious? You serious?
Hey,
I'm
but
gonna tell you right now. There's some people I'm like, really?
But
you
you know
need to
what,
learn
though?
how to socialize.
But listen to this. In China, you know what's
Right,
against the law? Was it for them to help people? There was a lady that got ran over in China, and people just walked by her. Nobody helped her because I guess if they helped her, they would be
Liability.
Yeah, for the crime. No, not shunned, but they would be liable for the crime, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Yeah, see, because sometimes people will get mugged or something over there, and you go to help them, and then unfortunately, you
Yeah.
might have been the one to rob them of what assets they may have had while they were laying on the ground. You never know. So
People don't help. Yeah.
What do you mean would have robbed
Like-
them of?
like, for
whatever?
example,
like,
somebody-
so if there was a lawsuit or something like that, you would have robbed them of getting that.
No, no. What it is let's
Also,
say
you going to jail.
let's say, for example, you got hit on the back of the head. Nobody knows. They're just walking around you. And I come over to help you. Well, when you come to, your money's missing. Now, you didn't know you got robbed. I'm just helping you. But you could assume that I took your money and hold me liable for it.
I got what you're saying.
It's like
So-
protect yourself type of
Yeah.
deal. Like just don't even fuck with that.
Hey, that's
And that's
Hey,
not
so-
my problem.
That's something to learn from. Sometimes you try to help people and
hey, it's
fucks
hey,
you
it's the
over.
truth.
Like,
It's
you
the
know what I
truth.
mean?
It has happened several,
mean-
times.
Well, it's sad, but we live in a world where people find humor in other people's misfortunes. So trying to help people may be to your demise.
Well, that's why everybody videos everything. You notice.
Right.
Everybody's got their phone in their hand all times, like I said before, and they will find everything and anything that you want to look. You can search for something, and it'll come up on a video, and that's some sad shit.
The
know what I
saddest
mean?
part is they have algorithms set up to lead the
Yep.
way you word your
Yep.
question to
Yep.
certain sites. So, it makes people question what's true and what's false.
Hey, we asked for
Yeah.
asked for convenience. We asked for a smarter society and all this stuff, and you're getting it. It's just pros and cons to everything right now. You know what I'm saying? And you're seeing them. And every way you turn.
So they're saying there's everyone's trying to be influencers, but there's not enough people trying to be like scientists or like stuff that we need to better humanity.
And I mean, you could see that. I mean, look,
You know.
I mean, think about it this way. There's people out there who have ideas and so forth, and they aren't trying to go and be a scientist for any company right now where they can do some things on their own and get a startup company or even promote themselves with social media right now. So, I mean, it's really a different demographic if you really want to think about how society is going. Everything is really independent. Like
Everything is independent. You could make a movie off your phone, man.
So,
and then it'll be on Netflix.
You guys buying a Tesla bot when it comes out? The Tesla robot?
Nah,
I think I'm
explain
good
it
on-
to me.
I-
what
look,
is it?
look,
I haven't seen it.
what's the Tesla vibe when
You can program it to do like just simple tasks.
Housework and
Yeah,
stuff.
whatever. Like
Yeah,
just some
I
simple
saw
stuff.
iRobot, dog. I'm
You know.
good. Like
You see that?
yeah. I saw iRobot when the master one took over and all that good stuff. I'm not sure. I might have to leave it outside.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
Man, Jesus. Nah,
Having it in the
nah.
backyard, it'll be the
Yeah, I'm not for that at all. I respect it, but
It's gonna be like,
because here's the thing,
gonna
like,
turn on you,
They
man.
eventually, I mean, they already have it to where they have human looking,
Right. I've seen that,
robots.
yeah.
So if you got simulated systems that happen,
now my
like
robot
that,
has feelings. They're coming to life.
you know, and then and unfortunately we have.
He said,
people-
"Call me old fashioned, but I like to wipe my own ass."
Yeah, pretty much. That's where I'm going with it.
Exactly.
Right.
there's got to
There's some
be
crazy
There
motherfuckers
it
that'll
is.
look at it
There
and be
it
like,
is.
"Hey, this is I'm gonna marry this machine." Like
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
All day.
Get ready and see. Just look. I just said it normal, like it's gonna happen when you see a motherfucker out here
Right.
marrying a robot. You know why? Because they already programmed us to it. All
I mean,
right.
well, think it through. They've already made a robot a citizen of a country.
Yep, that's right.
So it's just a matter of time.
They sure did, and she has feelings, and she wants to have a baby. Yeah, she's real with it. She'll sit there and have a conversation with you. And look, I think didn't they buy her a wig because her head was like all blue and shit in the back, like a fucking
Yeah.
from what was that movie? Back to the Future.
Back
that
to the
little
Future,
the fucking XV shit. That's what it looked like in the back of her head.
But see, that's what people don't realize. You have to, at some point, you have to draw a line. You have to say no more. This is too much. I think we have.
Somebody's gonna cross it every which way, and then if somebody does cross it, they'll either protest it or you know what I'm saying, or they'll find some way to bring it to light. And once you either way, it could be positive or negative. You put it in negative, people are gonna look at it. You know what I mean? Put it in a positive, people might not look at it.
And I think it's okay to measure stuff as too much. Like, they're spicy, and then there's extra spicy. And you're just letting them know, hey, that's too much. You know, that's
He's like, I don't need
we'll
all
leave
that
it as
spice.
Too, right? Hey,
like, you know
we'll
what
put
I'm
that
saying?
as too much.
Yeah.
You know, that's overdoing it.
I'm gonna take a bite and no.
Supreme Court laid it real clear when they said thus far and no further. And if you don't look at things that way, we're gonna have a society that falls apart real fast.
Chaos, anarchy,
You
the
know,
purge.
Everyone's kind of lost right now.
well, what it is everybody's like a, you know, when you stamp your foot next to an anthill and they start running around, that's what it's going on right now. Everybody feels something's about to happen, but no foot's fell yet. But everybody's just running in every direction and scrambling. Unfortunately, like, you know, relationships wise, like you said earlier, people like, unfortunately, women, in my opinion, I think they compete with each other, unfortunately, and they're constantly running around trying to find a man, and they just keep running into males and don't know the difference.
Yeah.
You know, and this is the same thing that society is doing on a long scale. Everybody's trying to get money to acquire, but at the long run, you can have all the money you want, but if you don't know who you are in spite of the money, then what are you going to do when you don't have it?
What's a good tip to, I guess, figure out who you are? Like,
That's a strong one.
because everyone's still trying to figure it out, and then technically, you rebirth or you're reborn or something happens in your life that you're like, all right, I'm not, I tell people, so like they'll get their heart broken. I'm like, hey, you're not a man until you get your heart broken. Now
Amen to that.
Now you're a man. There you go. You know what I mean? So there's different things, so. So I would say, like, for some people, they gotta go through it. They gotta be in the streets, get that shit out of their systems. As far as, like maybe
Shoot, man.
whatever they gotta do.
I think
some
you
people
just experience.
the call of the wild,
I think you gotta just experience.
experience, right?
Experience
The highs and the lows, man. Because
Sometimes you gotta get burned.
Yeah,
A lot-
you
sometimes
just
you
gotta
have
go
to,
out
man.
there and do something. Like, just go out there and experience something, whatever it may be. Just experience something.
There you go.
Because if
Whatever,
we find ourselves getting caught up in our own, repeat.
routine.
Our routine. Excuse me, thank you.
Yeah.
We get into these routines, and I'm a victim myself, and and it takes a minute for me to get out of it, but I eventually do. But sometimes you're wasting time in that routine.
Right.
You know,
Right.
And you think you're doing something with it because it's kind of like
It's not even that you think you're doing something. Every time that you're in a certain routine that it's like, all right, I know I need to do something a little different. Should I take this different turn?
You know what
today?
you gotta change, but you're just like,
You're like, nah, I'm used to this. I'm comfortable.
you
You got to get uncomfortable.
That's
every
it.
now
That's
and
it. Your
then.
safety net.
You got to get comfortable with the uncomfortable.
you discover who you are when you develop a sense of suffering. Until you've been through a certain degree of pain, you'll consistently just have fun.
Right.
But once you experience the depth of it in its truest form, then you stop and look at yourself. Most people don't do that. It takes them a long
Man, the
time.
way he started that, I was like, damn, I like some Chinese philosophy type shit.
No, but it's true.
It's true,
Nah, it
but
is
I'm
true.
just
Pain.
saying, like, how he started that was on some real shit.
hit them with the chime real quick.
Yeah, for real.
Guys. No, but
No, we need the bottom one done. Oh, there it is.
there you go with that.
I like that.
That was good.
No, but I really feel that pain is the greatest teacher of all. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual.
I can buy that. I can buy that.
Definitely. I think that's the secret to life is not enjoying pain, but understanding that pain
And embracing that and then turning it
comes
around.
with change. Like,
Well,
really, like,
it's just like a plant. If it starts off as a seed, is to become a tree, it has to go through various stages of pain
yeah.
to get bigger.
Sometimes it hurts to grow, right?
Hey, there it is.
Yeah.
We need something for that one.
Yeah.
But I will say this, though. What people have to learn and figure out, truthfully, you have to learn that you are love.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something you go and look for. It's just what you are. You don't become something. You simply be who you are. When you take away, all the titles and nicknames and stuff that's given you at birth and all the things that your friends tell you, and you strip all that away, you were conceived in love, carried in love, you're manifesting love. So you're here. So why do you think all these other things are true when in reality all you are is love? So if you keep it from that perspective and you try to keep that feeling of love inside you, then it's hard for you not to be considerate and kind and appreciative to other people. That's how a relationship really builds. All that other stuff is a lie. that you try and create, and it'll never work because you're not naturally being yourself with somebody.
Right, right.
How can you be in a relationship with somebody when you're in pretense? It won't work. But that's my opinion. I think we're all allowed. We just don't work on love. We work off of theories.
It's true.
Yeah. Wow. That's deep right there, man.
Look. Have both of y'all stumped in your feet right there. It's like pretty deep, huh? I'm like, I didn't heard it before, but okay.
No, that's good. That's good shit, you know?
I mean,
these are normal
yeah,
conversations.
this is what we talk about all the time. I mean, I think that, what we do is we have a limited perspective of the way we look at ourselves. All of us breathe air, so we're all connections of each other. We're all extensions of each other. And as long as you look at a person as a reflection, if you don't like yourself, you're not going to like them. But if you get out of the 12 blocks radius you grew up in and start to look outside of it, you can grow from other people you don't know. Simply because you forget that they're an extension of you. The way you know it is simple. I mean, you breathe air just like they do. And without it, you both would die. So how is it that you're breathing air and I'm breathing air and we're not connected? It's still in us. So if you expand your mind from that point of view, then there's nothing that's not a part of you. So why do you try and control and run and step on everything when it's still doing what it's supposed to do?
Do you guys believe in that heaven on earth, hell on earth, like you make it what it is?
I could say yes and no to that one.
Theory, you know what I mean? Like,
I could say we could say this is hell on earth right now, everything that we're living in. You look at Revelations will tell you when the last days is gonna be rumors of war. It's gonna be people not knowing who they are. You know
what's crazy? We know all that and we still don't do anything. We're still just chilling.
and that's what I'm saying. We've gotten
it's like
you
know what's gonna happen next, but we're just like, okay.
I think this is what I think, and forgive me for saying this, but I mean the Bible. We all know the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's been to church. You know what I mean? But if you look at the Bible, man, it's very contradicting. You know what I'm saying? It's very contradicting. You know what I'm saying? Because jealousy is a sin. It's one of the 7 deadly sins. Envy, or jealousy, envy, whatnot. But then God also says that I am a jealous God, meaning you cannot have any idols before me. That's a sin, right? That's contradicting. Am I right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
In a sense,
No, in what you're saying, I mean,
I think everything in the Bible is not supposed to be taken literally. I think it's supposed to be like the way they wrote it. I don't know.
all right.
Makes sense.
I be fighting not to say anything on this. You know I'm fighting it, but all right. Look, the Bible in its truest essence.
this is gonna get good right here.
Yeah, you know I studied. The Bible literally it divides into three stories, but when you look at it, you only see one, and it's because of the way you're trained to read it. Everyone's taught to read it a certain way. And because of that, everybody thinks they're right. Nobody's ever thought that God was on the other team when they went on the battlefield, so they all think they're right.
Right.
But the problem is that your perspective is the problem. You know, if you look at it as a contradiction, like turn the other cheek, but at the same time an eye for an eye, it depends on your perspective. Because it's easy to turn the other cheek for first offense, but the second time, well, that's different.
Right. Stand up for yourself.
You see, so it depends on how you look at it. Whereas at the same time, you have to ask yourself this question. Christ, he never once told you to worship him, so how do we have Christians?
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So I try not to elaborate too much on that stuff because everybody's opinion is different. And it's important because what he tells one person, if you look at it that way, may be different from what someone else takes from their perspective. So are you living in accordance to what you think is the best thing for you to do in accordance to make him happy? If that's how you choose to function. But at the end of the day, all you got to do is love.
Right. I feel like it's a guideline. All religions are guidelines to.
Realign yourself with what? That's what it is. Religion is to realign with what, though?
Order. I think order.
But
Fear.
Yourself.
But wait a minute. What made you think that we was out of order in the first place?
From what the Bible says, the
so-
10 Commandments, you
so
know, the
once
7
again-
deadly sins.
But are we missing things?
Yeah, we missing a whole lot of things. Man.
Okay.
Okay, so
You know.
Then here's my question. If you came here and you didn't come with a Bible, that's not your instruction you arrived with, is it? When you were born,
right, no.
yeah, it wasn't attached to a biblical course. So everything that you see on this planet was here when you
Biblical
got
and
here.
Bible.
Makes sense.
See that?
So everything on this earth was here when you got here. So you didn't pick your name, your language, your belief system. All of this was imparted and instilled in you so that you could be assimilated into a functioning being in society. But if you don't agree with those things, then you're an outcast because you don't function according to the belief system.
Right.
But that's basically saying that when the church said that this is the word of God and this is what we decreed, that you accept it.
Right.
But what makes them the authority? How do you know they're right? You don't know, but you want to believe. So if you believe, that's fine. I'm not saying it's a right or wrong issue. It's a matter of a personal point of view.
all your point of perspective.
Amen.
So next question. You guys in or out of the Matrix? I just want to know. You guys believe it?
The red and the blue pill.
My pill was purple. I can't talk to you guys about it.
Hey, there it is. There it is. Shit.
I can see clearly now. That's all I know.
Oh man,
That's a good one.
crazy.
It's the truth. It's a change going on.
But yeah, like I was saying earlier, man, we had some DJ Quick breaking news. You know, been telling them about, man.
His son, right? They were
Yeah, his son, man. But like I was saying, his son got popped for murder, and then his daughter just got convicted of murder also in Arizona for neglect. Her and her boyfriend killed a kid, man. Killed the kid.
their kid.
Yeah, well, it was the daughter's baby, and the boyfriend her beat the baby to death. So she's in jail right now. I think it was what, 2nd degree murder.
That's
But
crazy.
my thing, like I was saying, is Quick still keep his head held high, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel for the dude right now. Shout out to Quick, man. You know,
Yeah.
Right.
Shit.
That's a rough life. That's a rough one.
Wow.
But imagine how much deeper he's getting. That sense of suffering, he's growing a whole lot lyrically.
right.
But you know, I often wonder why, to what degree, and what purpose. You know, when you look at the knowledge that you can gain, what is it going to be used for next?
Right. What do you learn off the experience, right?
Yeah.
How can you fuel the next?
What are you supposed to be doing?
That's true.
You know,
Shit.
because at the end of the day, you kind of
What?
supposed to be directed in some type of way, and you wonder if you're moving in the right direction.
Sometimes we see the signs, but we refuse to do
That's
anything
very-
about
that's
it.
every day.
very
That's
true.
every day.
Yeah, man, that's all the time.
We ask, give me a sign about
Yeah.
so and so, or what's her name, or what's his face.
The truck right in front of you is saying, "You are okay," and like, you're like, "Can you please tell me what's going on?" I don't know.
Is she the right one for me?
Yeah.
And the van ahead of you has a whole bunch of
Yeah,
kids on the
yeah.
back, you know, and a little sticker. And you're like,
Shit. How do you know if she's the right one?
because you'll find her, she won't be out there looking for you.
That part. There you go.
Any woman looking for a man, she's making a bad decision. You're not going to find a man like that. A man picks the woman he wants to do everything for. But if you think you're going to pick him, okay. I'll see you when you get back.
That's just a knockdown, huh?
Yeah, because you know,
He said, "Just a knockdown."
that's all that is.
You chose me.
That's a throwback.
Yeah.
Right.
You chose me.
You chose me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. That's how it be.
In and out.
it just don't make no sense to me. Women are, because like I said before, women are in competition with each other
Oh yeah.
all the time.
And the sad thing is they're exploiting that on TV for everybody to see how they act. You know what I mean? That's the sad thing about it, man.
Is it any different than we did?
What we did, we was what?
We be talking shit too.
But yeah, but our
We
shit
ain't safe.
Yes, we are.
We ain't safe.
No, I mean,
But I mean, we are.
I think at this point in time, it's like, do two wrongs make a right? You know, don't do what we do.
no.
Hey, girls get to do that double standard shit too. They pretend like they don't.
Man,
They pretend like they don't.
twofold, and we think they ain't.
Right.
Let me tell you, women are gonna be ruthless. 'Cause watch, I guarantee. Give it
I've
about.
been around you girls. You guys are the ones doing it, right? Shit. Your secret's safe with me, all right?
You watch. You give it about maybe 60 years.
Damn, 60 years.
If
how
that.
how the fuck am I gonna give it 60 years? we ain't got the pill yet. I'm really gonna be in the matrix at that point.
I'm gonna have to talk to you about it.
There it is.
But no, if society, you look at it on 60-year scale, I think women have all the men locked down somewhere.
I'm still not happy.
No, it's
Still not happy. Still not happy.
the only thing that makes a woman happy is nothing.
Wow.
He didn't drop the quote. You need to put that ringer on that or something.
For the viewers out there, what was that last quote? What was that last quote for the viewers out there?
The only thing that makes a woman happy is nothing.
I felt some type of emotion right there.
No, I mean, look, they're gonna do what they want to do, and either you accept it or you don't.
Facts.
Bottom line. And
Hey, what was that line you said earlier? What makes somebody happy? Who was it?
What?
It was like it was DJ Quick. It was
oh, I heard him. Yeah, what was it?
he said a line. And he
That
said
was sugar free.
taco.
Was it sugar free?
Yeah. What was
The
it?
good pussy in a taco plate.
There it is.
Oh, there you go. There's a man.
Shit. That's the quote of the night.
So where do you take a girl for first dates nowadays? You know, like back
Shit,
then,
I wouldn't even know.
right? Yeah, I don't even know either.
Oh,
Shit.
it's been too long. For
Back in our days, City Walk. City Walk.
that was way. Wow.
Yeah, you know.
I don't date.
I don't even.
Yeah, don't do it.
I don't date. I do not date.
I don't either. So
Yeah, me neither.
Me either.
I wouldn't even know what to tell you right now.
Nah,
I can
that's
tell
real
you.
talk.
I can tell you where I go with my wife. I don't know what.
Right.
You know what's a good
I'm
outing
single,
for
but
lunch?
I'm single, but I do not date.
Yeah. No, I don't date either.
So with not what's the best way to
Okay,
meet
so
girls
you
nowadays? though?
let me explain that. Both
Yeah,
of you
see,
say
I
don't date.
Yeah, I'm wondering. What's the best way to
You're
meet
amongst a
girls and-
single crowd right now.
Right,
We've been in a
right.
relationship for decades.
Yes.
So you know what I'm saying.
So
Like,
we don't know nothing. We be like some.
Yeah. No, for me,
Well,
I
you
just work all the
swipe,
time. I just
you
work all the time.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's.
So you know while you working, if you
Yeah.
can swipe left.
I'm in an environment where like all these girls think that I'm just banging all the girls, so they're
Anyway,
just
so
like,
nobody paying attention.
yeah, they're like, I'm good, fucking everyone.
Yeah,
but,
nobody paying attention
yeah,
to you. I
like,
get you.
yeah. So it's
Sometimes
He's like,
it's better
he's
like this.
it's cool, but you know,
He's like, it
we
looks
focus.
cool. Like, I mean, if we take pictures, he said you will think that I am on top of the world.
Right. We chilling, yeah.
He did outtake reels and the bloopers. You don't see them.
He was like,
Well, but that's
Yeah.
a
So,
good question. Me, I don't date because look, if it's something that doesn't naturally evolve, what's the purpose? I'm not gonna go out there chasing and trying to. Like, I'm not gonna play house with you. I'm not gonna play date with you. I'm not gonna be frequent flyer fucks. I'm not doing none of that.
Frequent flyer.
I have no time for all that. I'm gonna sit back and do me. And if we can come around one another and we vibe and okay, it'd be something natural. It's not a lot of work. But if I can't sit next to you and do absolutely nothing, I'm not here to entertain you. I'm not gonna be over here. I'm not doing all that shit.
I heard that.
So if I'm your flavor, then I'll know with time.
So-
I'm in no rush.
so what does she have to do to get you then? You know what I mean?
Be herself.
Okay.
That's it. Just be.
Does she have to like give you a hint that
No, because a woman.
I gotta feel you. You gotta feel me. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, a woman. There's nothing beautiful to me on this planet. There's nothing more attractive than a woman naturally just being a woman. She don't have to be all that extra shit.
Right.
You know, so when she removes all of these stereotypes and she's just herself, then I can see her.
Like Fum.
You know, it's like
Like Eddie Murphy, when she had the bone in her nose with the afro.
that is not naturally her. That is definitely not it. Ooh.
But nigga, the zebra bitch.
That is not it. No, when I say a woman just being naturally herself, I mean women are feminine.
Right.
In my opinion. I don't look. I'm not saying that there aren't women that have masculine traits or more down. I don't find it. Look, if I wanted a woman with masculine traits, I'd be dating dudes.
You're like the girly girls.
When I say that, I mean no. I want her to be able to look, be who you are. If you work, you work. Whatever you're into, I don't care about all that. But I prefer her to be just who she is. Mm-hmm. I don't like pretense plastic. It's too much work.
Now, with that being said, a lot of girls have a lot of work done nowadays, huh?
Yeah. They're
What would you say percentage? Like in the say from like 25 to 35 range.
I couldn't tell you.
Well, I know you couldn't tell me. Shit, I'd be mad if you did.
Just saying.
Yeah, I don't know the percentage, to be honest. It depends, because like the average girl compared to my industry,
his
is
environment is different.
yeah,
That's a different format.
And then I feel like it's slowly gonna go out of style, and then they're stuck with it. You know?
Right.
But
hey,
I don't know.
if you're happy, if you're
It's
happy
like
with what you got, hey,
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah, I know a lot of girls, they're like under 25 and they're trying to get all this work done. I'm like, you haven't even become like your full
Right. You haven't grown into
woman,
yourself
yeah.
yet, and you're trying to.
Well, you have to understand, most of them.
73%.
Wow.
What?
Is that what it said? No. Let me see. There you go. Read it.
Let's see.
Don't give
Can't read it
him.
with this one.
Don't give him that.
right.
Y'all can see.
More than 1 in 4 women in the U.S. 26% are currently considering a cosmetic procedure. Nearly 3/4 of those women, 73%, have never had one in the past.
So it said like 26%.
Oh, I think
Yeah,
that
26 to
I think
34.
at one point, most women have thought about it.
Well,
And hey,
Right.
I mean, look,
But that's-
but here's the thing: if you're doing it for you, go for it.
Right.
I think if you're doing it for a medical
reason. Medical reason, I can see that. Like,
So on
your ass
that
got
note-
burned off in a fire,
but-
and you need to get an ass. Then
You
yeah.
ass or titty, guys.
Shit.
I mean, there's nothing wrong
Take it
with
both.
There's nothing
Ass,
wrong with
yeah.
breast and thighs, but I think
They say a wise man once said, "You marry the ass, you can buy the titties." You know.
Hey, there it is.
Now you can get both of them.
Yeah, nowadays you get both of them. Shit.
Get a 2 for 1, and then you get a coupon for.
Hopefully you get a good one because some of them be lopsided.
Yeah.
breast and
yeah.
thighs are good, but a 2-piece and a biscuit changes everything. So I don't know. It depends on the person's perspective.
I leave it with the gravy. It's all good.
There you go. So, what's the freakiest shit you've ever seen at a club?
Oh, in a club? I mean,
I haven't been to clubs in years.
it's been
So we talking
years,
about
but-
this. We got to talk about the 90s. We got to talk about the Club Metro. We used to go to Club Metro.
Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, we seen some shit up in there, man.
Like it was
That's
crazy in that club. Like that
Always.
one, and there was another one that I went to. Early
Was it
on
the
in
alcohol, or they were just in
It was
the moment?
it was ghetto
Or they
for
were
one.
just-
and
It was just
alcohol
gas. It
made
was just
worse.
moments,
That was-
alcohol,
alcohol
gather.
made
You
it
know what I'm
worse,
saying?
man.
And
That
then
was with,
middle of nowhere, out off of where was it off?
Mission and Riverside. Was it
No,
Mission?
what's the street that's off of the freeway? The freeway.
What club?
Metro.
Metro's was off the 60.
I know it's off to 60. and-
Mission. But you talking about the street off the, I don't know that exit.
I was gonna say that's
Like
when
Rubidoux or
dancing.
Rubidoux,
they were, like,
Rubidoux,
freaking.
Rubidoux.
Yeah.
And they called it freaking.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
man, they had this shit called the X-rated show, and it was like they was just fucking on the dance
I
floor.
remember.
No
Hey,
shit.
actually, the crazy part is I remember we went there, and I remember we went there, and we got there early. And we got there early this one time, and they had a male strip club going on in this one like area right before the club started. Like, cause we got there like really. I don't know why we got there so early.
I don't think he was there with me on this one.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't. I was
Let's
bored.
clear that up right
I was bored. I was like bored, and we were already out that way, and I didn't want to like come home because I was like, that's too far of a drive. Let's just go. And
drive
like,
home.
and then we were only there probably about before everything got started, probably about 30 minutes or so. But it was like those 30 minutes changed. Like it was like, damn,
Changed your life, huh?
Because they let us in, and we like, what the fuck is going on? Like, so we in this like all the way in the back, and like they have it set up on the stage. I'm like, oh hell no.
Get your foot long and bag of nuts, huh?
That's crazy.
Cool.
Were they throwing money?
Oh, they were throwing money, panties. I don't know. No, I'm just. I don't know what they were doing, but I was too far back. But I was just like, this is happening right now. And it was funny because they just had a, what's that called? They would have, they had, I think it was on the other side, it had to be females because it was just like a curtain that separated.
Oh,
it.
okay.
Seen an awful
like,
lot.
A little his and hers.
Seen an awful lot in that 30 minutes.
Oh, man. It was kind of crazy. I didn't see it coming at all. So,
All right. Yeah.
so when you
That's
don't
what
see
she
something
said.
coming, you're like,
Oh shit.
you're like, you just, hey, all right, man. Now curiosity sets in. Like, what the fuck going on over there?
You're all, what's in the third room?
Like, yeah, I'm like, knock, knock.
This motherfucker.
What's the goat sound? Can I get a goat sound?
Yeah.
She was like, just.
That's what's
That's what happened when I knocked on the door. Ding, ding.
Shit.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's pretty crazy. Walking into a club and then there's guys and girls. Shit.
And then, I think
watch.
I think some, I think normal stuff like the person next to you or you think they dancing and the girl sucking the dude's dick or something.
Oh, that was all day in
So that's
Metro.
like normal stuff.
No,
Yeah.
you know what's the worst though? This is the worst. When you see a girl you've been wanting to dance with all night, she finally danced with you, and that bitch is musty.
Ooh.
Hey, she been dancing all night, bruh.
Especially when they're pretty and they.
Oh no!
It happens sometimes. Every now
That's
and
the worst.
you're
And then
like,
they want to be like, ooh, no.
yeah, bad breath or their shit. You're just like,
Oh, dude, come. Hey, you know what's the funniest shit I seen in the video though, man? It was Redman's video. What was it? I'll beat. Was it I'll beat? No, it wasn't I'll beat that.
I'll slap you.
No, not I'll slap the shit out you. Whatever. Shit, I'll think of it right now. But he had this bad broad walking into the club, right? She's like running into the club like bad. She goes into a stall and comes out, and all the bitches are like, and she walks out like. You know, Redman do some stupid shit like that.
yeah.
Shit, like your shit don't stink, no. It stink.
Yeah. She came out just like, damn, like that.
It left a cloud. Everybody, like all the trees died, as you passed by.
See, that's what happened when you get them girls with them big asses,
Oh shit! Speak on it, like.
I'm not saying all of them are like that. I'm just saying,
Hard to reach areas.
sometimes.
That extra room, that clap action, it just leaves.
Right?
Oh no!
Don't nothing good come from that.
It is.
Oh, that means you just gotta buy more toilet paper, so you don't have to throw it out again.
I got the white piece for the girls, so there's no excuses.
Yeah.
There you go, girl. Shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the wifey's work.
here
And
you
they
go.
flushable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're flushable, yeah. So,
So bad, but so true.
Damn.
there it is, ladies. Keep it clean, you know?
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
And see, y'all don't know you opened a can of worms like that because I could hear one. Y'all must.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
But y'all like that.
And
see,
look, we
that's
don't
good.
can't smell our own funk. Yeah, sometimes it happens.
Come on. You know what's the coldest thing I seen at the barbershop groom time over there in Pomona, man? They was selling dick spray.
Shit.
What?
That's funny.
Dick spray in a can.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what that smell like, dog. Like I don't even know.
I want to see the nigga that's buying it.
I'm just saying because
Nah.
I got one all day, bro.
Hey, what you look like, man? Just standing there with one leg up with the aerosol can. Shh. Come on, man. It's called soap and water, man. That's not.
I'm about to invest in some deodorant down there. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to keep it fresh. You know?
But see, that just shows you how far society has gone and not learned how to look. Some things you just can't.
You just gotta let it.
You can't get it. I mean, really?
Hey, that's like today. I went and bought some wipes. Speaking of wipes, you know, you gotta have the wipes on
You
there.
can get the 3-pack at Walmart. Come on, man.
And just to see, you know, because everyone's on that. They, this, that, the next. I walked in. I was like, "You guys have any man douches?" Like with a straight face, and he was like he didn't want to offend me just in case. So he's like, "No, but we have dude wipes over here." Have you seen the dude wipes?
No.
That's
Dude wipes are basically like wipes, but for men. So they've been like dude wipes.
Come on,
That's not
man.
good wipes.
But yeah, I walked out. It was like, you know, you got any man douches? He's all.
I need that. Whoa.
That's so bad.
Dude wipes.
Well, maybe they're just trying to expand.
Hey, that'd be a great.
They're trying to expand.
Yeah, they're trying to expand the man's cleaning section. You know, that's
Man,
right.
I seen a Walmart.
Dude
They
wipes.
had
We will
the
expand your clean section.
no, the man diapers, man. They had man diapers, and the dude was on the front of the fucking. It was that plastic shit where they have like the diapers and
Hey,
shit.
don't talk
It
about
was a
man
man on the
diapers,
front.
bro.
He had the diapers on with a wife beater. My dude was
The
just.
wife beater.
It was like, come on.
I'm telling you, people better.
There's a lot of fetishes. I'm just
That
saying.
ain't no fetish. That's where nigga piss on himself.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Oh man.
Oh, that's
yeah, see,
terrible.
thank you,
Oh,
man.
man, you
Yeah,
got my mind.
You can't unsee it. You can't unsee it.
The
that's
Clorox
terrible.
my brain.
It's crazy.
Dude, come on, man.
That's very enlightening. That's a good point.
See that Bears game last week? Bears a hell of a team.
I couldn't help it. The door was like, you know, like, fuck that shit.
Oh,
All right.
Lord Jesus, bro. God damn.
Fuck.
This shit gonna get us
That's where
back.
we're at.
Hey man, they gonna have some ladies that's gonna
I
see
heard.
that.
What are they talking about? I heard. The baby used to rap in a diaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did in one of his videos. Yeah.
Yeah, that was his like little thing.
Yeah. No, actually, I heard that in an interview too.
Right,
I
right.
heard he said
I've
that.
seen some footage of. Yeah, he's just in a man.
Yeah,
diaper.
he like it's like a big ass
Yeah,
diaper,
it's like a
and
big
it's
ass
like,
diaper,
and he like just straight up like the baby just thinking. I was like,
we know now he's been in enough altercations
yeah, no,
with
he
that.
about his business.
Yeah,
yeah.
try making fun of him to his face.
Hey, look.
He just expresses himself quite clearly. That's what it
That's
is.
it.
But I mean, there's ways to go about it. Look, my favorite artist ever, Prince, right? Prince, we all
There you
know
go.
what Prince was about. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
Prince will still knock down the baddest bitch in the room.
Right.
Shit, every bad bitch in the room, he knocked her down. With high heels and a blouse on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when he did it, he didn't go way out. I mean, my nigga put his ass out. We know this already. But he wasn't just like, look, he was still masculine all in the same. You know what I'm saying? These dudes is just doing it way to where you just way too much with it, bro.
Okay.
And a lot of
Wait. How did that correlate to the baby?
Because the nigga wearing a diaper. He's wearing a diaper.
Man,
Prince
he was
wore a
doing that
blouse.
for marketing and publicity, trying to get his shit.
Okay,
off.
so would you wear a diaper for marketing and publicity?
And look at where he is right now.
That don't answer my question.
It does answer. You see that? That's what I'm saying. Sometimes people are willing to do extreme things. Would I do it? No. But you know, there are different people. You know,
But you gotta also
different
look
strokes
at
for different folks.
yeah. You gotta look at who we're talking about, Prince and the baby.
Yeah, that's
Two-
what I'm saying. That
two
that
different
part. That part. I wasn't
Right,
like,
right. Okay, I give you that.
You know, the whole metrosexual movement came from Prince.
Yeah, that's right. It was big in the 80s, the 70s and
Yeah,
80s.
but he's the one that started that, and people don't look at that. It's just like the record industry had changed because of him. You know, you look at right now, he was ahead of the curve. So when you look at how now everybody's able to pretty much make their own music and be their own producer, That's what he was talking about
Right.
back then.
Right in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slave.
Yeah, when you put slave on the street. So, I can understand, the desire to become reputable, but I would not put a diaper on.
Thank you.
I don't fault the baby. I do not.
Nah, he was using that as a gimmick. That was his game. He
Yeah.
taught the
Right,
baby.
right, right,
Come on.
But at the same time, you gotta understand his lyrics back him up. Most people can't back up the stuff that they spit, so they put on gimmicks. He didn't need that, but he chose to do it.
But
to
if
make a
I
point.
think if you heard the interview, I think he talks about why he did it and then why he changed up and decided not to do it anymore. It was a pretty interesting interview. Yeah.
The baby, he got that one song.
But
I'm
hey,
like,
shout out to him. He's dope. I ain't gonna.
That is
Right.
I flow with him.
So, YSL, Young Thug, Gunna. I think if we've learned anything in today, if you're doing some shit, don't be rapping about it.
Yeah.
And you know,
don't get money.
I think
and still play
it's
gangster.
time for rap to just change it up, switch it up.
I think we're about to
Just
do that, man.
completely, You know,
I think you're about to do that.
start talking about.
I think music in itself is about to change it up.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we're about to go to some.
It's still out there. It's just it's not
on
being
some
played by
electronic 80s
mainstream.
shit in a minute,
That's what's
you know what
fucked
I'm
up.
saying? So-
Well, the 80s, I mean, was great music, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? But
Like,
with Kendrick Lamar
it's gonna
dropping
be
what he
Duran
did,
Duran with bass and
Right,
Kendrick
right,
Lamar lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Just saying.
hey, I can see that already
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now, though. Hall and Notes, man. You know what I'm saying? Some Hall and Notes.
Hey,
back in the day.
shout out to Kendrick.
Shout out,
Kendrick.
Kendrick. Yes, sir. That album is
killed it.
That was
album is-
refreshing. That
Yes.
was refreshing.
To feel some real hip hop. You know what I'm saying? To be playing that, I had to turn it off and stop playing it so much, and I was like,
I had to
nah,
play it
don't
a couple
care.
times because you keep picking up little pieces.
I
like,
keep
every
playing it.
time, Like,
I keep
okay.
playing it.
That's what he was saying. He said, and it's like, say it a
And
couple
he put
times.
his heart into this, and for people to say, a lot of these young people to say that is garbage, they don't understand it. What is he doing? He's expressing. They said this is poetry. This is art. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you got to Kendrick. To me, Kendrick is one of those.
He's a
like, while you-
visionary,
While
man.
while you hear, like, if you really listen to it, you hear all the dynamics of it, per se. But it's always still an album that kind of grows on you. Like it's one of those it starts here and
Well,
then
of course, as
it's
with
like,
everything.
Yeah, oh, that's dope. I heard all that, and then I hear it again, and it's like, okay, now this is my song. But then you might see a video for this one. Now this is my song.
Shit, I like the whole
So
thing.
I'm 6 months down the line. Okay.
Right.
This is a pretty cool album, and then at that point, it's getting judged and it's moving forward.
So does he get the vote this year for how it's all King of LA or King of the West Coast, or is it even that? Is there
I
even
can't-
that, or is there even a vote, or is it just respect as an artist? It was a
Respect
good
as an
win,
artist. I
boom.
don't think he's really interested in being king of the West Coast. I don't see
Right,
that.
right.
I think he's global at this point.
Okay.
What Kendrick's doing is being a mirror to the world as an artist. He's giving people something to consider about themselves with the music he produces. He's not
Right.
he's not really tripping off of things like that. He's having enough money to do what he wants. He can produce them. I mean, come on. But what it is his artistic expression has reached a point where now people have to really stop and look at themselves, is what he's saying. Because if you really think about it, through history, whenever some tragedy was about to fall in humanity, poets came out of nowhere.
Right.
And so, in the greater scheme of things, you're looking at a poetic reflection of the tragedy of the world.
There it
That's
is.
what you see. So I think he'll get I don't know. I mean, he won a Nobel last one, so let's see what he do with this one.
Did he win a Nobel or a Pulitzer?
Excuse me, Pulitzer. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. The Pulitzer.
Pulitzer. I was
Yeah.
correct. It was a Pulitzer. Yeah.
And that was for the Pimp a Butterfly, right? Yeah, to Pimp a Butterfly. Yeah.
Nice.
Now, if you really want to get into some Kendrick, go back and listen to that one
I
from start to
listened it
finish.
The other day, it was really,
Yeah.
it's really amazing.
Yeah, it was. I had Jaden on that one the other day, man.
You know who I liked also? That's kind of cross the Childish Gambino.
You know what? I like that dude. I like
he
dude a
stretches
lot,
it
man.
out.
Yeah,
So-
dude,
Yeah,
dude
my
is
son
good.
was playing some of him the other day, and I was like, okay.
Dude is good. And you know what? He's an actual artist. He's a real artist.
Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah. He
Tyler
doesn't.
was
He doesn't.
cool
He doesn't
too,
get
But
his.
he doesn't get like really like. I think because I don't know. I don't know why he doesn't get the notable
Right.
because he has some great music that I was like, damn.
Probably because Tyler Creator
You know
does a
what
lot of
it
shit
is?
with what's
Yeah, I
that
know.
dude?
He's always playing the funny guy, so no one takes him serious because he's always
Like that show
You know
that
what I
he
mean.
show he has on HBO. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
What
couldn't
was
really-
it? Loiter Squad or something.
Yeah, and I
I
was
know
like,
It's kind of like some newer
Jackass
like
on steroids
Jackass,
type.
some like the
Hey,
Cartoon Network.
Did you
like,
watch
it's like-
Dick?
what?
Dick, the rapper?
Nah, man.
Hey,
I haven't
his
seen-
show's dope.
That's just
He's
funny
like-
though.
but he
yeah.
got
YG's
flow for
on it
real,
and
huh?
everything,
It's
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah,
He's like the new Andy Milonakis, huh?
He's like more like a Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I was going
Yeah,
Weird Al, don't
But
yeah.
but doesn't he have flow though? He raps though, right?
Yeah,
that's why I
he
said
can flow.
Andy
He can
Milonakis
his
had
ass
flow
off.
too. Remember Andy Milonakis had flow.
I know, yeah.
And he
not
was,
the
you know
same.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Not the
so
same.
different.
But yeah,
Shout out to Andy Milonakis.
Yeah,
wherever
shout
you
out to
at,
Andy.
homie.
Yeah.
Andy is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
He really does freestyle. So
Yeah, dude, that flow though, man.
Yeah, it was. You got a good show.
All right, I tried to watch some of it, man.
There's a lot of stuff out there, you know. They keep trying to
who's
keep us distracted.
right. Who's underrated right now?
As far as an artist,
Yeah. Like that you. So Andre 3000, you know, should
well,
be
yeah.
a little bit more up there. Like people talk about him, but they don't really
No, that's
know about
that's,
him, right?
Like that's
Yeah.
my all time favorite.
Yeah,
Then it
yeah.
goes to Nipsey. Then it and then it kind of triples down a little bit. But underrated.
shoot. Well, I mean,
I
you
don't.
know what? You know what? Mobb Deep for one. I'm gonna say Mobb Deep is
locally,
underrated.
I like the LA Giants. So
Oh, LA Giants is top. Yeah, they are.
I'm gonna give them some credit.
sure.
But no, I don't know. I think the underrated part is more of a.
I can say Jadakiss is underrated. He's my favorite artist.
Jada's hard.
Yeah, and I don't think he got his flowers yet. You know what I mean?
Okay, there you go, Jade.
Yeah,
Jadakiss.
How'd you guys like that last Pusha T album?
Now, Pusha T.
That's another grower.
I gotta agree with that.
Right.
Very grower because Pusha T is always hard. Like,
Yeah.
And the production was cool.
Right,
And like because don't get me wrong, like you got Pharrell and you got Kanye doing the production on there.
I mean, it was a tight album, but the thing is, when I heard Kendrick's, I went back to Pusha T and was like, he could have did a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Once I heard Kendrick, I said Pusha T could have did a lot more, man. And it changed my perception of that album. You know what I mean?
Because you know it's Pusha T and you know what type of production he had behind him.
That's true.
And
That's
it was
true.
good. It was good. Don't get me wrong, it was good. You know.
But
But nigga, you've been selling the
next
same
one. The
kilo
next
of
one.
Coke for the past 20 years? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You done had
yeah,
that
for
same
real.
brick
yeah,
for the last 20 years.
Yeah. You know what we want from you, Pusha T? We want you to
A1
acknowledge
Barksdale.
that was there, but now
Yeah.
switch it up. You know,
Yeah,
just a little
the
bit,
new
man.
the new cocaine's that NFT.
Hey,
you know,
you
what
know
I mean?
what I'm saying?
exactly,
Whatever.
exactly.
Switch
Tell
it
me
up.
about
That's
your
all.
business.
He's still hand to hand with
yeah.
the baggies.
Yeah, for real.
Right? Shit. You know.
Yeah, I think he could have did a lot more though.
Yeah,
I'm listening to West Side Web today though. Yeah, that's hard.
You know what? Who I didn't like at first, and I'm really
have to
trying to get
listen
into him. Benny the Butcher, man.
Benny the Butcher.
That Benny's got a gun, or that one track that I heard. That's kind of nice though, man. But at first I wasn't
have to
really
listen
feeling
to
him.
that one, too.
It's actually pretty nice, man. But I mean, he's going back to that old like '90s type flow. You know what I'm saying? Where Jay was, hustling with the Lex SC400. He's back on that. You know what I mean?
Pull out
He's
the legs, though.
hey, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's back on that. But
I saw
it's refreshing to hear
5.0
lyrics
today.
behind it though.
I saw 5.0 today, and this brother was just smashing. It looked like
The
one-
box?
yeah, it looked like the one in
Menace
to Society, and it was convertible too. It was all black. He was smashing.
Yeah, you got to be G to roll that.
I was
one,
like,
man.
oh, he just.
Yeah, you got to be G to roll that, man. That's what my brother said he won. I don't think he ready for that.
But he was gone. I was like, and he kind of slowed down for me. But my son was driving, so
Did he have the
like,
D's on it?
And no, but he slowed down for, and I was like, oh man, if I was driving, I would have smashed. I would have smashed. I couldn't have helped it. I would have just had to press the gas.
Instinct. Just instinct.
I don't care if I did that too. What's the Camaro? The
C28?
the one that's really hooked up. The newer one, the RT is it or
The ZR? Is it the
something.
ZR? ZR20? No, that's the...
I don't know, but I was on the freeway one late night and I kind of cut this guy off, right? And he had to yell. It looked like Bumblebee on crack, like literally.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was stupid. So like I cut him off, right? And I got a little Infinity Q50. I'm like, all right. And I cut him off and I said, my bad, So I moved back over. And then he kind of revved on me and I came back. I'm like, oh, you want to go? And so he started smashing and I was right on his tail for a while, right? And I'm in my car like, Hercules, because my car ain't supposed to be going that fast. And so I look at the speed. I'm like, oh, damn, I'm at like 110 at this point. So I'm like, so then I know I'm about to start. This dude like just smashed on the gas on me at this point was like, you can see he's like, really, you still on my ass? Fuck you. And just smashed again. And like took off. He must have, I don't know, he hit 200 or something in a sec. I mean, he was gone. The pipes just opened up. I was like, what?
Was the police behind you this time?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, well. But that was a great thing. That's a great story.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Man, we would this time. I think we would have been getting out around this time if we would have got cracked with. Oh my God, man, fuck it with Justin.
No, hey, and you're dumbass. Like,
I wasn't driving though. I wasn't driving. He's driving. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's driving my Benz. What was you? You was over 110, easy, man, easy, just smashing through Hacienda. Man, the cops. We see a car coming up from behind. I'm like, that's the cops. No, it ain't. That motherfucker caught up to us, flashed us with the light.
No, that ain't how it went. Man.
Didn't he flash us with the light?
Story right,
all right, tell me what happened. I must be remembering wrong.
That's so wrong.
Okay, tell me.
So look, we went to pick my brother up from LA, and
not
we
me.
No, not this one. So we pick him up from LA, and yeah, let's make that clear. When we pick him up from LA, I have this one who had already been drinking. That's why I'm driving this car. And so he's sitting in the side. I put my brother in the back. I'm like, I don't know which one of you guys got somebody, but we're going to have a problem, And so I'm smashing. I'm pissed because it's like 12 o'clock at night. So I'm smashing. It's like, and I'm probably going about 100. Yeah, I'm going about
the Benz is floating. No, you can't feel it though. It's just floating.
And I'm gone. Like, so I'm just smashing. And then so I see the car. It's in the far lane, right? And it's all black. And I'm like, all right, I see you. So I kind of like let out the gas, but I didn't let out the gas. I just kept going because he kind of floated with me for a while. So I was probably about 90 at that point. He right with me,
clocking him right now.
And it's a Lexus, and at this point it's a Lexus right next to me because we were racing. Right?
I knew it was that. Yeah.
It was a Lexus right next to me, and we were racing. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna kind of chill. But then he was like chilling, so I'm like, all right, maybe he just getting off work. Maybe he'll mean.
That's what he said. And so, I'm like, you just said maybe it's a cop just getting off work, and you gonna start smashing again.
So I just pressed the gas just a little bit, man. I must have got up like 3 car lanes. This fool must have pulled up on the side of me, turned his flashes on. I pulled back.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, I'm good.
Shit, a solid gold brick.
Hey, but this fool is shitting bricks, and I'm calm as a doorknob because I'm just like, hey man, I'm in here. I got my music, and he's like, dude, you're tripping right now. And I'm like, I ain't tripping, man. I said, what are you gonna do to me? I'm good. I'm rolling. He's like, man, you are tripping. I'm like,
yeah. You go.
I look over and I just slow down. He was like, turn them lights on. I'm like, I'm good. We good. Let's keep going.
Man, that's one of them moments
where
everything just
As soon as he got off the freeway, though, me and that Lexus were at it again. We were like, yeah. So,
But that's some scary shit. That's like reckless driving, fucking people endangerment. You know what I'm saying? Fucking passing
this
county
lines,
past the speed limit.
Ride with me because this is what they all say. They get in my car and they're like, "Really, dude? Like,
hey, we'll just make up some charges.
Slow down, man. You don't need to go that fast."
He creates his own lanes the way he drives, his own speed.
Man, he's been driving like that for years, man.
Bucket, I'll drive that in a bucket. I'll drive it in a,
Man, he'll drive the devil's car.
I will drive anything. And I'm gonna make it work. I like to drive, man. It's fun,
He's got the NASCAR in.
For real, man.
Fast Five.
One day, man. One day.
He always drive like that. I don't think he know how to do. I think he do like 85, 90 just like regular on a regular day. That's just him. 85, 90 easy. 65.
And that's in the parking lot.
Hey, there it is.
I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, this one always like he's like, man, hey bro, we just going to the store, relax.
He doing 60 from the
Yeah,
stop sign.
I'm like, could you slow down, man? He's like, what's wrong? I'm doing the speed limit. I'm like, no, you're not.
And I'm like, I'm doing this, but I'm doing like maybe like 10 above the speed limit. But I mean,
Hold on.
I'm within.
Okay, look.
I'm with.
If the speed limit is 40 and you're just leaving, you're just pulling off from the stop sign, how is it that we're doing 60?
Right.
But it's only in the 40 and we haven't even got halfway across.
Did nobody drop a flag with no green
It's like,
light?
here, just gun it. Boom. You know,
Look, here's what I do. I take off and I let off my gas. I don't have to use the brakes. I don't have to do nothing. I'm already slowing down. You know, good.
because
He's
we're
trying
already.
to save time, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I
yeah.
don't know.
Like time's going somewhere.
time.
Time after time. Shout out to Cindy Lauper. I just seen that. Oh, I just seen her on Facebook.
That wasn't Cindy, but
Cindy Lauper though, but I'll sing with Cindy Lauper.
I just work here. I have no idea.
Hey, she was kind of bad with that pink hair back
See,
in
I
the
knew
day.
that was coming. I have no idea. I just work here. I do not know.
Come on. You know she was bad back in the
I'm
day.
not going to feed into it.
how I was doing the dance and shit, teasing the hair.
Man.
See, look. You see what this is? And then you wonder what's going on out there. This is why.
Yeah,
But this is back in the 80s though.
But they doing it now, and they are
think
not
about it now.
faking it.
They are bringing that
I
shit
want
back.
you to think about it. Come a comedian.
George,
What is it? Is it comedian?
Chameleon.
Chameleon?
Chameleon. That was
Boy
Culture
George.
I
Club.
said comedian.
Comedian.
You talking
Come
about
on,
Boy George?
Come a comedian.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, Boy George. Yeah, yeah.
Boy George style.
Boy George has some music though. I ain't gonna even lie.
Oh no.
Cleopatra was the first, like, Kim Kardashian, right? Like, back in the day. She
Who was?
Like, a little-
The reggae girl.
Cleopatra.
She was reggae, right?
No, I'm saying the real Cleopatra.
Oh, hey.
Like, wasn't she, like, banging a bunch of dudes and fucking
Yeah, she
taking
was.
taking their
I
powers?
have no idea.
Oh, we was just speaking about that one
Yeah,
in the car
Cleopatra.
too. We was just talking about Samson and Delilah, man.
You were talking about Samson.
See how Sam just what he said right here. It's the same thing. What she do? Cut his hair, right?
Yeah.
She
Girls
couldn't-
girls are distractions. They'll come get you. No, I'm just kidding.
They're a little
I
bit.
know, man.
But
he
he
gonna get
told
a
her.
shot.
But he told her his secret
He
though.
ain't getting nothing.
Bottom line is, all great tragedies start with a pretty face.
Hey, I'll buy that for $1 for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's said.
It's the truth.
That's why you should
It's
make-
a very true
This shit gonna get us banned.
I just
It's okay. It's a very true statement if you think about it.
look. It's not mine. It's someone else's. I'm sure.
All right.
I don't know who, but someone somewhere.
And the accent is terrible, but it's okay. We'll just keep going with it.
I just
So,
got it from him. So.
We got two topics. It's either the Michael Jackson conspiracy or the mass shootings that are happening everywhere.
These shootings are great.
Right? I forget they even happen. There's so many happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
It's-
It's, like
it's
almost
trending.
like is it real news? Is it fake news?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
It's
I
sad,
think-
man.
And it's like
crazy.
every week now. It's like been almost like every couple.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this type of thing is going to start. I hate to say it, but it's becoming normalized.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. It is.
The more that happens, the more people are not going to be as bothered by it. And that's sad.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. They're gonna get desensitized to it, to where you see it, you're gonna turn the channel, man. It's really sad. The thing that got me about this last one, the Uvalde, is that there was kids. You know what I'm saying? These are kids that are 10 and 11 years old. They should not have to see this. You see, one of the girls had a cardiac arrest. One of the kids had a cardiac arrest at the funeral.
Wow.
Because she went into so much shock of, burying her classmates, man. You had a mother that ran into the school to get her kids when the cops wouldn't go in there. You know what I
heard
mean?
about that. Yeah.
You know how they say like, a mother can see her baby under a car and she'll lift the car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mothers have that inner instinct. You know what I'm saying? And she went there and got both of her kids, man.
I don't blame
You
you.
know.
Hey, shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out. Yes.
So I think in these times, some of the teachers or staff need to be like trained to have like on site carry.
You think
know
so?
What I mean, like some of them like
I don't know.
responsible.
Then it's gonna become too militant to where they're not going to school now. They're going to maybe like
Well, and and you know, as they say, in the ghetto, they have freaking everyone all strapped up with a metal detector. So what's the difference? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but that only works in some areas,
certain areas,
right.
That's not gonna work everywhere. No, you'll cause mass.
So what do you think should happen? Because there's
I mean,
there's no guns in the school. Or okay, so maybe not them. What if you have a cop in every school?
Now that I mean, you could do that. I mean, back in our days, we had proctors every now and
But
then.
is
a cop
that
would
the
show up.
argument
But
though?
What?
Is the argument really about the what
I
you
think-
have in the schools, or is it about?
I think the argument is when shit goes down, who's there?
All right.
Or
you
the
know.
type of gun, because that's the argument.
they
too.
gonna have a Glock. They gonna have
Well,
There
whatever.
ain't nobody walking in with a handgun right now.
semi-automatic.
I think
There's nobody walking in with a handgun right now.
Right. So I think at this point in time, it's we all gotta wake the fuck up and be like, you know, like you said, what's the limit? I think
What's
that's
the
the
limit?
limit.
Yeah.
Like you said, like so.
We
gonna
all
start
have that.
teaching-
We all have that overindulgence, you know.
Right. And I mean, we already practice the whole quarantine, your kids at home,
Yeah.
online learning.
And that's the thing. That's
Talk
what
about
we'll
bringing
be
back the
getting.
mask mandate now.
Oh yeah, that's coming.
You believe that?
Oh, it's gonna happen, man.
You know what the sad thing is? I still never got rid of
Especially
my
after
mask.
summer. Summer, that's right after summer, because that's gonna be the perfect time for it to be done. Because now
Everybody's coming back.
We're
They're
gonna go
going to
into
the
the winter times and so forth. So everybody can sit your ass down and don't do anything except for work. For all of you who work from home, you know, all that good
Gonna
stuff.
be so many people.
I
that-
wish I wish I could just figure out a way to, manipulate and master the working at home thing.
Right.
Once I get that right, it's over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I'm gonna be in Mexico.
All right. Well, that was a good one. I guess we'll save the other one for the next time. But again, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shop Talk, next level blank checks. Until next time.
Next time.
All right.
All right.